name's Maria, and I'm here to say this is a brand new episode of MTA.
Wow. No. We're gonna stop that. We're gonna stop that right there.
We're gonna talk about magical things, about birds with beaks and diners with wings.
Oh, you know what? Now I can get behind this. The first verse didn't convince me, but by the second one, I thought it was turning around.
It was kind of turning the corner.
Yeah, it was gonna get there. Just so you all know, before this episode started, I was sitting here ready to go, and Maria was sitting here, and Maria looks at me and goes, "Oh no." Oh no. And I'm like, what? Thinking that something really bad happened. And then she goes, I forgot my mouth. And then walks out of the room and then came back a minute later. So here we are.
I did forget my mouth.
I mean, did you? What were you telling me oh no with if you had forgotten your mouth?
That's the way people named Maria, specifically Bartholdi, talk about putting on lipstick.
I forgot my mouth.
I forgot my mouth in the bathroom. BRB. That's horrifying.
That's a terrible thing.
If you could forget your mouth.
Yeah.
We all know that I am terrified of people with no mouths because I hate the art on that one card.
Gainsay.
Yeah, Gainsay.
It's really creepy.
The creepiest card for me. In the whole of Magic.
It's not only that their mouth is gone, but it's been replaced by like some sort of like skin armor.
So disgusting.
It's really gross. It's quite disturbing.
I challenge you all to find a grosser card than Gainsay that can give me the heebie-jeebies even more than that. I mean, there's plenty
I definitely have several
gross cards in Magic. But that is like some, weird irrational fear that I have.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that makes sense.
Gainsay, get out of here.
You know, I realized earlier today that I've been like having I haven't really had like consistent dreams recently. Like I had a couple. And I've never really been a big like person who remembers their dreams.
Yeah.
But recently, every morning, I wake up remembering like some little montage-y bits.
Yeah.
That essentially are so mundane, but at the same time, they're just like on the they're like bad mundane. They're like mundane, but something slightly worse than usual is happening in that mundane situation.
Whoa.
And every day I wake up and they're so normal that I have a hard time remembering. Like I'll have a second during the day where something relates to them and I'll be like, was that real? Like, was the dream real?
No way.
It's really freaky. Yeah.
So is this like, have you changed anything about your sleeping habits or at all that would make you remember this more?
I don't think so.
Do you have an example?
Okay, so this is a good one. Because as those of you who are watching the video will know, my hair is different.
Yes, I was gonna announce this is the elephant in the room making his new mermaid hair.
That's right. And so I'm like, it's in my family to go gray a little bit early, right?
Yeah.
And not like hardcore gray, but like get some gray hairs. And I have like a couple.
Yeah.
My hair's not super dyed. You usually can't tell. And I don't super care. Right?
Yeah.
Like whatever. I think like especially like silvery gray hair, which my mom has, is like very cool.
Oh yeah, Silver Fox City.
Exactly. Like there's like tons of great gray hair. So I had a dream where I was like looking at my roots.
Yeah.
And they had gone completely gray.
Yeah.
Which at the same, like, like I said, I don't super care, but at the same time, I was just like, oh shit, when did that happen?
Yeah.
In my dream.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, like I thought it was just a couple, but it was like all of my hair.
Whoa.
It was all of it completely solid. And then today when I was getting my hair done and the salon artist was like putting the stuff in, I had this moment of just like, wait, is my hair gray? Like all
like
gray?
You couldn't remember if your dream was real.
It just like felt so real for a second. Wow. Where I was like, no, that was a dream, but it was so realistic that it felt very real for a moment. So it's been lots of just like very small, weird stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? It's like super disorienting too.
Yeah, because it's kind of like seeping your weight and you just are having a moment.
Exactly. They're like blurring a little bit too much for my comfort.
Have you had any magical dreams recently?
No, they've all been very mundane, I wish.
Magic dreams. I think we told the story of magic dreams I've had on this show before.
Yeah.
Let's not remember those.
There's also a magic dream that you haven't told, but that I have told several people in person.
Yeah.
And that deal still goes. If you see me at an event and you want to hear about Maria's very weird magic dream, ask me and I'll tell you about it in person.
It's not for the public's ears. Welcome to Magic the
It's
Amateuring.
not dirty, but
It's very strange.
Weird. It's very weird.
Welcome to MtACast. On today's episode, we're going to do some magical talks. I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm one of your hosts, Megan.
And specifically, we're going to talk about sealed in Ixalan because you might have some PPTQs coming up.
And do you know what? The reason why we're talking about this is because this past weekend, like Saturday especially, was like gray and rainy here. And I was like, great, I'm just going to take this day to like relax like I haven't all week and play some Magic online. And like I just opened sealed pools and played matches and I was just like, I have no idea how to do this well. It's like all bad.
Yeah, it's a tough sealed format.
It's so hard. And it wasn't, I was looking at these pools and I'm like, oh, this pool is bad. It's like, yeah, this pool could be better, but it's not the worst.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what to do with it.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and work this out together. We've got 6 packs here of Ixalan. We're going to crack them and see if we can't figure out a good strategy for you going into your sealed tournaments coming up that you might have. We're also going to check in on Modern.
Yes.
With the addition of Ixalan, we had an SCG open with Modern. And we're going to take our dip into the Magic Mailbag here at MTA.
That's right.
Which, if you're a patron, you can submit questions to our Discord channel in the Mailbag section, and we'll answer them live on the show. And how do you become a patron, Megan? Well, it's real easy.
I need to be told.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
That's why I asked you right now. How do you become a patron, Maria?
Great question, Megan. You go to patreon.com/MtACast and you just hit whichever donation amount fits for you. That can be anything from $1 an episode all the way up to $10 an episode. It's completely up to you. But if this show gives you anything of value week to week, it's a great idea to support it and show the people who make it, namely Megan and I, that what we do is valuable to you and that you hope it continues.
Who are both here right now.
Yeah, who are sitting in front of you, or living inside your ear sockets.
That's right. And the elf that we keep trapped in Maria's bathroom.
That's true. An elf does help us make the show every week. And Ghost Host, of course.
And Ghost Host, yes.
As always.
Who was in the room.
Patreon.com/MtACast.
You might be wondering why I said that we kept the elf trapped in the bathroom. That's because yesterday Maria's cat got out. And then I watched her stick him in the bathroom and shut the door.
He was in a timeout.
And then as I'm leaving, the cat's still in the bathroom. It's only been like a minute, so no one thinks that you're mistreating your cats. But it's been like a minute. I'm like, are you going to let him out? And Maria goes, like, what was it? Like, I don't know. What was it?
What did I say? He'll come out or something like that.
Yes, exactly. She was like, he'll come out, as though the cat could figure out how to open the door. He'll come out.
He'll get out. It's fine.
Anyways, thank you as well to the sponsor of Magic the Amateuring, Card Kingdom. Cardkingdom.com/MtACast is a wonderful place to pick up singles, to pick up boosters, to pick up boxes, to pick up playmats, to pick up dice, to pick up just about anything that you're going to want to put down on a table before you play a game of Magic.
Do you put it on a table or in your hands while you're playing a game of Magic? Guess what? You can buy it at cardkingdom.com/MtACast. Please use our affiliate link so Card Kingdom knows that we are a valuable thing for them to support and that you support us too. You can ask for a Magic the Amateuring sticker in your order and they'll put it in your order for free. That'll get to you super dang fast. In fact, somebody tweeted at us today a picture of a sticker that Card Kingdom had mailed them as well as a token and the cards they had ordered and said, I ordered this on Friday and it was at my door on Monday. So
you can't ask for
fast,
faster.
Speedy service from cardkingdom.com/MtACast.
All right. So first question up in our mailbag comes from Friendly Local. And I'm going to paraphrase because it's a little long. But they say, coming from someone who would be interested in some mature, meaning based in respect, relationships in Magic, would it be good to have some more prominent representations of characters in positive partnerships? And this question is like a couple of weeks old because I was like, do you know what? I want to think about this a little bit.
Sure.
Because I think it's a really interesting question about like, Magic has gone... I would say, like, Magic has made it a point to portray all sorts of different people, to make, heroes and villains out of all sorts of different characters. And I think that's super great. And we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
So I think like if you're talking about diversity and representation, should you also be talking about like, hey, what kind of, if we're like modeling the kind of world that we want to see and the kind of acceptance that we want to see, should we also be modeling like the kinds of like healthy relationships? And so I was thinking of like one that popped out to me was Samut and Jeru from
oh yeah, absolutely.
Which, so I was thinking of in the context of like, what about like non-romantic relationships?
Yeah.
What about really great partnerships? Because I felt like their story arc, particularly for me, was like, I was very invested in it. And it was also great. Like they had this like very strong childhood friendship, and like through young adulthood. And then they had this like parting of the ways when Samut and was like, I don't believe in, I think that the God Pharaoh was a big time lie.
And Jeru like straight up murders somebody.
Yeah, and Jeru was like, no, Jeru is like all about it, right?
Yeah,
it's
cruel
all
reality.
about like, yes. He's like all about the world of Amonkhet, and he's like, how dare you? Like the God Pharaoh is the real deal.
Yeah.
Like everything, like there's no more noble thing than to keep doing what we're doing and eventually to like die as you go through these trials.
Sure.
Like that's what's supposed to happen. And Samut's just like, you can't just throw your life away. And he like turns her in essentially. And then, when the Gatewatch comes, then Nicol Bolas comes back and it turns out that it was all a lie. They go back to being friends, right? They come back around to being like, do you know what? Like, I forgive you for betraying me. Like, I'm very sorry that I didn't that I didn't believe you and all of this. So I think like relationships like that, like if we're talking about just like positive partnerships, I think that's an example of a really great one.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool story arc. And we did it in our Magic Story segment. And I remember I loved hearing about it. And it's just really cool to see that too. Just like, hey, this is two people that, I guess they could have made it a romantic relationship, but they didn't. Yeah. They're just super good friends and they went through some hard times.
Exactly.
But they came out on top at the end of it.
Exactly. And also like modeling like the difficulties of friendships and the fact that like you can reconcile.
Even
also,
if you're in a trial and you forced to murder your crop mate.
Even if your friend has killed your other friends.
It's still possible.
And it's still possible.
But yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah, and then I was also thinking about how for obviously a very long time, and I would say still, a lot of people are shipping the Nissa Chandra.
Yep.
Because, oh my goodness, so they're so cute and awkward when they interact. But there is a point at which, right, and everyone talked about it when Nissa was like, it's just great to have friends.
Yeah.
And I thought that one's also great because you don't see Chandra just be like, not like stop being Nissa's friend.
Right. She's not like, oh, well, in that case, I am no longer interested in having you as a part of my life. Goodbye. You're the worst.
Chandra is just like, okay.
Yeah.
And like moves forward with being friends. And it's like, yeah, that's another really great thing to model for people who are, reading the Magic story. So yeah, if we're just talking about like the kinds of different, like all of the multitude of relationships in the multiverse, I think that there are some really great ones that are being modeled in Magic. And that's super cool.
A fact that a lot of people don't know is that Johnny and Packrat also friends. So even if you come from completely different walks of life and in normal, real human life, you're predator and prey in the Magic world, you can be BFFs. All right, this next question coming to us from Discord. Let's take a look here.
Quander.
From Quander. All right. Your intro music features killer guitar and thrashing drums. Which of you is playing which instrument? Asking for a friend. P.S. The friend is me. Great question. Great question.
Really great question. I think that obviously the answer is that we were both just miming it. We're both, I'm playing air guitar and Maria's playing air drums.
Yeah.
But the sound still somehow happens.
We can't explain it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's how it is. I'm playing air guitar and Maria's playing the air drums.
Fun. This is another fun fact. I wanted to play the drums in middle school. It was kind of like when you had to say, make your decision. The paths are in front of you. Do you want to be in band, orchestra, or choir? And you couldn't be in all of them or even two because they were all at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And so I wanted to play the drums, but in the end I ended up doing choir, which, I'm pretty thankful for that I did that. That was great. But to this day, I'm still like, oh man, it would have been so sweet to play the drums.
It would have been really sweet to play the drums.
The actual real answer is that music was composed by our friend Will Roberts. And so if you want to look up his music, he goes by the name of Wobbitz, Wobbitz, and you can check out more of his tunes on the internet.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone asks, Jill asks, chicken wings. Do you prefer the drumettes or the wingettes? Okay.
What's the difference?
The drum is like the tiny leg.
Oh, the drumsticks or wings. Okay, got it.
And then the wings. Okay, so here's my answer is that not the last time we were at GP Denver, but the one before that, we went to that place that there was like a vegan restaurant that had
cauliflower,
buffalo cauliflower,
quote unquote wings.
Oh God. And that's what I want.
They were so good.
It was so good. It was better. It was better than buffalo chicken wings.
Yeah,
it was incredible. It was like 2 years ago, and I still think about it constantly.
Yeah.
Maybe only, I guess it was like a year.
You should make some.
A year ago. Yeah. I've looked up recipes. I just need to get my act together and do it. Because holy buckets.
Those are great.
Ugh.
I prefer chicken wings, but also those were fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next cue is from Yoda Muppet. Any plans to bring MTA shirts back? I want one to love and pet and hold and call my own.
I understand that sensation.
I mean, that's fabulous. You're going to treat that shirt right. But I have great news for you, Yoda Muppet. They haven't actually gone anywhere.
That's right.
You can still buy them on MtACast's website, which is magictheamateuring.com/shop, or just click on the little shopping cart icon when you're at our site, and you can buy a shirt. They're cheap. They're great. People say they're super soft, and we have a bunch of sizes available. So yeah, just head on over to magictheamateuring.com and grab yourself a shirt and feel like you're cool repping us at your events.
Yeah. Okay. Quillen asks, if you vamp your cats, wouldn't they vamp all the other cats and sizable mammals in your neighborhood? So pretty soon you just live in a neighborhood of vampires?
Wow, deep question. Cats, I can see vamping. A vamp cat, I can see vamping a lot of other stuff.
I think a vamp cat would vamp everything that it wants to.
Yeah, agree.
Like everything that it feels like vamping it would.
Be like, oh, see that bird over there? Quick, vamp it.
Vamp it. Like it would vamp you.
A cat would vamp you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, so fast. Except not in a heartbeat because vampires don't have them.
Yeah. If you vamp a cat, you've got to be ready for the consequences.
You've got to be ready to live in a neighborhood of vampires.
Yeah. Or just like not let your vamp cat out. But I feel like once you vamp a cat, like you cannot control that cat anymore.
No.
It's going to have powers that are beyond normal cat powers.
Although I guess in this situation, you were already vamped because you're the one who vamped your cat.
Yeah, right.
So the cat wouldn't vamp you.
No.
That's just to say if someone else came into your home, you invited a vampire into your home, as you have to, and they vamped your cat, and then your cat vamped you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then you're just in a world of trouble.
Exactly.
Just, buyer beware when you vamp things.
They might come back and vamp you.
And you know what I got to say?
Your neighbors.
This whole discussion about things vamping other things has led me to be very thankful that we have used the word vamp as a verb.
Agreed.
So yeah, if you want to submit a question to us, any patron can do it on Discord. Just head into our mailbag section of the Discord chat. Modern magic.
I was thinking of a beginning to a sentence and then I lost it. So I'm just going to start a different new sentence.
Great. Let's talk about some modern that happened this past weekend at the Star City Game Circuit.
That's right. As someone pointed out, the reason why we are talking about this is because someone pointed out there were 8 different decks in the top 8.
That's amazing.
Which is pretty cool.
8 for 8 different decks. Modern's doing great right now.
Exactly. Just killing it. And
that makes me happy.
And the first place deck, piloted by Collins Mullen.
Great work.
Has Ixalan cards in it, as does the deck that got 4th, Jeremy Bertarioni.
Jeremy.
Nice. Blue-green Merfolk.
Awesome. All right, so hit me with this sweet humans list from Collins.
First, let's just go down. I'll just run off like what the other ones were.
The other ones.
So we've got first place humans, which we'll talk about in just a sec. Then second, Blue-Red Storm. Third, the Abzan Company deck with the
counters combo.
The counters combo. Blue-green Merfolk. Infect, Affinity, Black-White Eldrazi taxes, and Black-White Death and taxes.
Awesome.
Or that might just be mono-white. I might be wrong about that. That's just mono-white. Yeah, my bad.
Mono-white Death and taxes. Okay.
Yep. So we've got this humans deck. And it has 4 copies of Kite Sail Freebooter.
Get booted.
That's right.
That's cool.
This deck is running around booting people.
I love it.
Yeah, it's also got 4 copies of, and I haven't seen this guy in a while.
Welcome back.
Mantis Rider.
I remember this old friend.
Right? I
like
remember
this card.
Mantis Rider. This is the 3/3 for Jeskai colors. That's blue, red, white. So this is just like all colors of humans.
Is this 5 colors?
Let's see. Like white.
Is there a green card?
I don't. Yeah. Mayor of Avabrook. So this is 5 color humans.
Nice.
Wow. Mantis Rider. Blue, red, white. Flying Vigilance Haste. It's a 3/3. Man, I remember that card. And then we've also got, like we said, Mayor of Avabrook. This says other human creatures you control get +1/+1. And at the beginning of each upkeep, it's a typical werewolf transform. Let's see, where did it go? There we go.
Thalia's Lieutenant Thalia. There's so much Thalia in this deck. There's 3 different Thalias.
There's a lot of Thalia. It transforms into Howlpack Alpha, which is a 3/3
werewolf
that makes wolves. So there you go.
Pumps out wolves.
Werewolf. So yeah, there's Thalia's Lieutenant, Thalia Guardian of Thraben, and Thalia Heretic Cathar.
Nice.
Nice. Pretty
That's cool. All right, freebooter, get in the deck. I was kind of thinking about
Isn't that kind of wild?
And it's a human pirate, so I guess why not?
Obviously, also has Champion of the Parish.
Cool. I like this deck.
Yeah, it's just all creatures. 4 Ether Vial are the only non-creature spells.
Yeah, you kind of need an Ether Vial in this deck.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how are we playing 5 colors here?
Also, 40 spells, 20 lands.
Whoa.
Woo. Getting aggro on it.
Keeping lean.
Yeah. I mean, well, it does top out at, let's see, it also has 3 Reflector Mage.
Yep.
4 Noble Hierarch.
Okay.
Which, does
Sure.
help make mana. Let's see about how it's cast in these humans. We've got Cavern of Souls, obviously.
Yep.
Unclaimed Territory.
Well, there you go. There's
Speaking
some more
of Ixalan.
Ixalan goodness for
Yeah.
you.
Name human.
Humans.
And you're doing whatever you want.
Dude,
Nice.
I want to play around with this deck. This looks fun.
Yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. Maybe we'll, if you check out our stream, twitch.tv/Magic the Amateuring.
Yeah, check it out.
You might just see Maria running around with this wild deck.
Running around wild with this humans deck. I've played a version of it before. Definitely not this 5 color craziness.
Yeah.
But the mayor is really important and pretty interesting to play with because you have to make that flip decision.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's super cool. Yeah. Right. I feel like this is an example of it just took an idea, which you can do in Modern, and pushed it like as far as possible. It's like, what if we were making a humans deck? Well, obviously what we're going to do is we're going to put an Ether Vial in to cast free humans.
Yeah.
But then we're just going to put every single great human.
all the best humans in the world.
Like all the best humans of Modern, and slap them in there.
Boom. Mother
Like,
Teresa, get in the deck. Gandhi, get in the deck.
Wow.
The best humans are getting in this deck.
Yeah.
The list goes on, but I'm just going to throw those two out in there.
Those were your first 2.
You know when you think good humans, those 2 came to the top of my head. I don't know.
I'm going to start with Barack Obama and work from there.
Get in there, Obama.
I'm starting with Barack Obama, then I'll figure out the rest of the list later. All right. So now we've got blue-green merfolk.
Yeah, so this is cool. A lot of people were kind of speculating as to whether or not green would find its way into a modern merfolk deck thanks to the new cards from Ixalan. Sure enough, it has.
Some real sweet merfolk in there. And sure enough, we've got 4 Kumena's Speaker. I mean, everyone loves a 2/2 for 1.
Yeah.
That's great.
Merfolk's an aggressive deck, and yeah, like you said, a 2/2 for 1. That's about as aggressive as you can actually get.
And then 4 Merfolk Branchwalker, getting that explore mechanic into Modern.
Yeah, this is a card that people had their eyes on.
Yeah.
Other than Kapala, Warden of Waves, that we were kind of like, is this card going to make it into a modern Merfolk deck?
Yeah.
Well, here it is. It's powerful enough to do so. And of course,
Super
Kapala
cool.
in the deck. Kira the Great Glass Spinner was kind of the card that had the same Kapala effect in this deck. And the version that Jeremy was piloting still had 1 Kira, but it also added 1 Kapala.
pretty cool. So yeah, and we've talked about like how much we love the explore mechanic.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Like, it's just great. Either you're gonna get a 2-1 for 2, which is, and like get a land into your hand.
Yeah.
And like, so it's not your next draw step, which is especially important in aggro, right? Is to like just keep those spells flowing. Or you're gonna have a 3-2 on 2.
Yeah.
Which is like great.
Yeah, this is another deck that'll be fun to try out and play with the addition of the green cards, I think, just to kind of see how it plays out differently. Or, you know, is it in fact better to have this deck with the kind of the handicap of having the green mana added in?
Yeah.
Is it more powerful enough to be worth it? So, Jeremy, you know, managed to get fourth with it. So it remains to be seen if it'll evolve even more.
Pretty sweet.
All right, human beings, it's time to talk sealed. So if you've got a PPTQ coming up this next weekend, or if you just have some cool sealed tournaments going on at your LGS, you want to play online, Magic Online sealed tournaments, you've got to know how to crack this.
You're taking your butt to a GP.
Or a GP.
A sealed GP.
What's the next sealed GP coming up?
Is Phoenix sealed?
Yeah.
What?
You're going to Phoenix?
If
you're going to need to know.
We're going to talk about it, and we're going to decide if we have any takeaways or take not aways.
What to take away and what to take not away here in this segment.
What to leave with us.
Yep.
So we're going to crack some boost.
We've got 3 boosties here for me, 3 boosties for Megan. And I just want to say that the fact that Ixalan is complicated and sealed is kind of not surprising because it's tribal oriented.
Yeah.
And so those sets typically thrive on synergy, and sealed, you know, you don't always open what you need to open.
And so it's really hard, right? When you're drafting, it's like, okay, you're going to get, if you are reading the signals right, and you're one of the few merfolk, or you're one of the few vampires, like if you fall into the right archetype for the table, you're going to get a lot of the vampires that are opened. So you're not just looking at 6 packs worth of vampires, you're potentially looking at just like, you know, all of the packs.
All of the vampires.
All of the vampires.
Ever.
That are opened there, right? Like if you're at an 8-person draft and 3 boosters, that's 24.
Yeah.
And you're going to get 24 packs worth of vampires. Here, it's like 6. That's not enough to make a great synergistic deck. And so you're going to have to keep that in mind if you're going into these sealed environments. You're probably not going to be able to be like, I want to have a merfolk deck.
Right.
You're just not going to have the playables there. And if you do, awesome. That's so great. Like, go for it, man. But we're here to talk about, like, what about when it falls apart?
So we're just it's gonna be the completely random what we see is what we get here.
These boosters right here, we figured the best way was to crack open a sealed pool and talk about what to do with this.
Do you want to put the rares in this drawing for October?
Oh, of course.
All right, so we're gonna put the rares from these packs, not all the cards, because just is too many.
1 million cards. Any sick uncommons you'll also get.
Yeah, sick uncommons also
sick
included.
Uncommons and
I'm gonna
rares.
crack our first pack here and just kind of, you can play along at home with us and tell you what I've got. So in this pack, Slash of Talons, Mark of the Vampire, Sure Strike, Queen's Commission, Spike-tailed Ceratops, Pirate's Prize, Paladin of the Bloodstained, Gilded Sentinel, Thrash of Raptors, Crushing Canopy, Elaborate Fire Cannon, Rigging Runner, Dire Fleet Captain, and Repeating Barrage is our rare. So that's pretty good. Rare. So let's just quickly say what cards are standing out to us in this pack. Obviously, Repeating Barrage.
Yeah, is great. You know what sticks out to me, and people have talked about this, like the removal in this set can be really touch and go.
Yeah.
And so something like Mark of the Vampire, while usually you wouldn't play a ton of auras, especially in sealed or really in anything, Mark of the Vampire and the auras in this set, you sometimes just slap them on a creature and say like, do you have it?
Yeah.
Can you get rid of this? If you can't, I'll win. And if you can, I won't. But the answer, like the times when they can, people have said are a little bit lower this set.
Yeah, so I agree. That is the other card that stood out to me in this pack. So there you go. That's the 2 standout cards for me here.
We've also got a little bit of removal in Slash of Talons.
Yep.
And Queen's Commission is a card that I like.
I like that card.
Depending on the situation.
Yeah.
All right, here I've got Fathom Fleet Firebrand, Skyblade of the Legion, Dire Fleet Hoarder. Let's see. Let's just do the ones that stick out.
Okay.
Right, because there's a lot of cards in these. And we'll post some photos, or if you're watching the video, we can post a little bit more about these. Let's see. We've got Siren Lookout, right?
Sure.
As a flyer that explores. Again, it's got that sweet explore mechanic. Dire Fleet Hoarder is a card that I look at a lot because it's a cheap creature.
Good 2-drop.
And it makes treasure, so it can help us splash. Skyblade of the Legion, flyer.
Ooh, pious interdiction.
Pious interdiction is great. Duress is something that I'm a little bit more likely to consider. Not saying for sure, but right, if I end up playing a bunch of Mark of the Vampires, I'll say my opponent might not have that much removal, and I'll try, maybe, if I go in that direction, maybe I'll pack a Duress.
Yeah.
A Bright Reprisal, a Seeker's Squire.
Nice.
And our rare is Verdant Sun's Avatar.
Better and sealed, certainly.
Yes. Still a little expensive.
A little underwhelming.
But it's going to help you gain back that life that you're maybe losing by having such an expensive card in your deck.
Right.
And not having like a huge board presence until late.
Okay.
So that's what we've got out of that one. All right.
Let's crack another one here. Oh, I just love cracking some packs.
Feels great.
Okay. Tialani's Knight, which is a really good, just a little red 2-drop that can grow if you've got a vampire. We have another Queen's Commission in this pack, as well as a Skullduggery Commune with Dinosaurs if we're going to end up doing the dino thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dusk Legion Dreadnought is our ship. We have a Shapers of Nature at uncommon, which is super powerful.
Great card.
Thundering Spineback, also really good and
really
sealed.
Nice. Such a great mana sink.
And a super sweet rare, Vraska's Contempt.
Nice.
Primo removal.
Ooh, so that great removal is actually going to go well with some stuff that I just opened, because I also got 2 great removal spells in Dark Nourishment and Contract Killing.
Ooh, I've got a Skullduggery from that pack too.
Ooh, nice.
By the way.
I've also in here, I've got a Jade Guardian.
Ooh, okay.
Which is our hexproof friend.
Yeah.
So if we're looking to, again, maybe play some of those auras, we've got a Legion's Judgment, which we've talked about, right? Like, Legion's Judgment is not going to push me into white.
No.
I don't love it.
No. It does.
It doesn't do enough.
Usually just have it out of the sideboard, because if you're playing against vampires, it's dead. If you're playing against merfolk, sometimes it's pretty dead. Yeah. Exactly.
Like, it's not good enough. We've got a Bellowing Aegisaur.
Ever since we had to say ether, the AE combination makes me want to say Aegisaur. But that's how I've been saying it. I have no idea.
Let's call it an Aegisaur. That's good.
Okay.
And we've got as a rare Awaker of the Wild.
All right. Well, we've got some sweet green cards and some sweet black cards, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So far. Again,
it's not like technically one of the supported color pairs in Ixalan.
Right.
But that's also going to be something that's less of a consideration.
Yeah.
In sealed.
In sealed, just full stop. So I'm feeling okay about this so far, if I'm being real with you. Vampire Zeal, if we happen to go into there in this next pack. Fire Cannon Blast, excellent.
Great.
What else is standing out to me here? A Drover of the Mighty in green. We do have a mythic here. We have a mythic.
Ooh.
Tishana, Voice of Thunder.
This card.
There's a sealed card.
I love it.
And we've got our Shapers of Nature here too.
That's true. That's
excellent.
Very tempting.
Okay.
All right.
Is this our last one?
Our last pack. Ooh, I just saw a rare, so I'll say what it is. It's a Settle the Wreckage.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
You can usually get 2 cards off of that.
Yeah. We've got another Mark of the Vampire.
Okay.
Let's see. A Shaper Apprentice, which is like a nice, cheap little flyer. Another Contract Killing.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh, a Vine Shaper Mystic.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, Reggie!
No.
No, it's a Raging Sword
Raging
Tooth.
Sword Tooth.
Okay.
Less exciting.
Not as good as Reggie.
It's still 5/5, and it still pings stuff, and another Dark Nourishment.
Wow, this pool is not bad.
Yeah, it certainly has, and it has what I've noticed in some Ixalan pools, where we've got some great removal actually in this one.
Yeah.
Especially with all these contract killings. Sometimes you open a pool with a lot. Sometimes you have none.
0.
Sometimes you have none, and you're like, well,
here we go.
But as far as creatures go, Maria, we haven't said a lot of great things about our creatures.
We haven't. Like we said, we've got some good blue-green creatures.
Yeah.
But black is our key removal color.
Yeah. So we could look at...
I just checked. I don't have any lands that fix mana.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. What we could do is we could start by looking at black, and we're going to say, do you know what? We'd be crazy to pass up on 2 contract killings.
We have to play it.
And 2 dark nourishments and all this stuff. So maybe we start looking at that and say, okay, what does this need?
Sure.
What does that need from us?
Okay.
All right. So
I'll see. Let me check.
Pull out any good black.
I'm gonna check
or
here.
Passable black.
Any
creatures.
passable black that we have in my hand here. I'm gonna put back, like, I don't know if you play this in Steel, just as a thing. We have a Siren's Ruse here. That's blue. No, I have no good black at all. Zero.
Okay, then.
The only card I have with even black pip on it is Direfleet Captain, and that's not happening.
I have a Queen's Agent, which is more expensive than I'd like. I've got a Deadeye Tormentor. That's all right. Yeah, that's kind of where
Costly
I'm
Plunder
at.
is the only thing that I'm like,
Do you know what? Like, take it out. We've got all these contract killings,
There you
right? Maybe.
blue. Do you want to just check that out next at all?
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm gonna lay out, since we have like
lay out
great,
that black.
great black removal. We'll say, okay, now we're gonna look for a pair that probably has, you know, some really good creatures to go with.
Okay,
this.
so green is notable for its creatures. So let's just check green. I have a spike-tailed Ceratops. Who cares? That left in my hand. Ancient Brontodon Gregory. Sorry to say that you're probably not making the cut.
We've got this Drover of the Mighty, right?
Yeah, there's nothing good
We've
that I
got
have over
one
here.
of our rares that we talked about, Waker of the Wilds.
Yep.
We've got a Jade Guardian, a Thundering Spineback,
Nice.
and this Verdant Sun's Avatar. So, and this Vine Shaper Mystic. I almost forgot about that. Plus, if we splash blue, we could also potentially put in something like this Shapers of Nature.
Yeah, and
this
Tishana. I think that's 100% worth it.
So many 7-drops. So many
3
7
7-drops. No ramp.
Ooh,
Who
boy.
cares, right? Ooh. You know what I like, though? We do have these 2 Mark of the Vampires, which will our Jade Guardian could wear pretty nicely
Yeah, absolutely.
to be a 5/5 hexproof.
Yeah. And so, like I said, this is kind of... Oh, and like maybe in this deck, we'd even play this Jungle Delver.
I think so.
We'd be like, do you know what? We need some cheap creatures. We can sink mana into it later.
So
if
how
we need
many...
to.
This is kind of shaky. We have like no creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures.
And 3 of them...
3 of them are 7-drops.
7-drops. And like,
Yikes.
it's just pretty expensive for a deck. And... You know, 2 of them are on a splash. And we do have a lot of... What's nice is with these 2 contract killings, we can look at making a splash very easily.
Right.
And same goes, we've got this Drover of the Mighty and this Direfleet Hoarder. So we've got like some nice ways to finish out a game.
Man, we're just lacking in the middle, but we've got...
Exactly. But again, that's why I'm talking about, right? That's why we're here talking about this, is because this is what is so hard about this format for me.
Here's a point. The Mark of the Vampires are going to get us back from us having a slow start.
That's very true.
There's that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when you look at this build, how many playables do we have here?
Oh, I mean, we probably can't play all of this 5-drop removal.
No,
I mean, we'll take out a dark nourishment or 2. We could also play this Dusk Legion Dreadnought.
I guess so.
It's very passable.
It is a passable card.
Very passable card.
So our red was not extraordinarily exciting. We had Fire Cannon Blast, Repeating Barrage, and Tillinolly's Knight.
We forgot the Spike-tailed Ceratops. You can put that buddy in there.
Okay, get in there, Dino Butt.
I'm not going to play 2 of them. Do you know what? Maybe we are if we're really desperate.
We might have to.
We might have to. We could even play... we could look at playing a Windstrider if we really need to.
Yeah.
Off that splash. I mean, I don't love it, but we might have to. Do you know what? I'm seeing a lot of creatures in white.
Let's take a look at our white.
To look at our... Maybe like some black-white here.
Oh boy, I don't know, because that Shapers of Nature and that Tishana are just...
I know, they're so good. They're so good.
All right, let's take a look at black and white, because we did have Settle the Wreckage, which, isn't insane. And a lot of times...
people can see it coming.
People see it coming. You can get... you usually kill 2 things with it, which is just fine. You can't wait and be too greedy with it, because you really don't want your life total to get too low while you're sitting holding this in your hand. As Megan mentioned, we do have this Bellowing Aegisaur. We have a pair of Queen's Commissions at 3. A Slash of Talons.
Nice.
Bright Reprisal, if we wanted to play another 5-drop kill spell that people see. Speaking of seeing coming. Pious Interdiction, Legion's Judgment at 3. Skyblade of the Legion at 2. But no way to really abuse that Legion with an Anointed Deacon. However, we do have those 2 Marks of the Vampire. 2 Paladin of the Bloodstained as well, adding to this pile.
That's
pile is a word.
Pile is a word.
I can't complain though, because we honestly have such good removal.
We have a Raptor
Companion.
We have another Paladin of the Bloodstained.
Okay. Well, in this case, I'm tempted to play this Vampire Zeal.
Yeah, right? At least one of them.
I don't know. How do you feel about this build? It's kind of like our middle game is a little bit better, our early game is a little bit better, and our late game is
decidedly worse.
Not great. However, we do have so much removal that maybe it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could see this being workable. Like, it sucks a little bit that we don't have a way to, like, really, like, all of these 1/1 vampire tokens. Man, I wish there were just, like, a better way to get them through, right? 'Cause
right.
We're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 of them.
And we do have this Dusk Legion Dreadnought, which I would, again, like to play in this. And I guess we do have this bellowing Aegisaur.
Yeah, yeah.
I probably wouldn't play this Legion's Judgment in this one again. We're like, meh. We're so meh on it.
So, like, we just have these little guys, and then we just kill anything big from our opponent?
Yeah, I mean, that like our late game is killing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know.
It definitely, the curve is a little bit cleaner. That's for sure.
Yep.
But it definitely, like, it is absolutely lacking in late game power.
So let me ask you this question. In sealed, how big is your consideration? How much weight does curve hold versus power?
For myself, I err a little bit on the side of power.
Yeah.
I think that's my take on it. But the thing is, in sealed, like, there are tons of people who will tell you differently.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone has very good reasons for it. People will be like, oh, curve for sure. And they'll have great reasons. And people will be like, power for sure. Have great reasons.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, either of these builds, you could make very coherent arguments for.
Yeah. So let's just count these cards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Do you know what? We have a Ravenous Daggertooth
26.
that we weren't counting. Here's some green stuff that we weren't counting before.
Oh, yeah. There's Deeproot Warrior.
And a Ravenous Daggertooth. Wait, hold on.
Fine.
This makes me feel like we need to go back to that green-black deck.
Okay.
And take a look at it. Because you know what? 1/1 tokens I'm not as thrilled by these white cards. So, I like 1/1 tokens, but like you said, no anointed deacons to be like, hey, it's really...
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a photo of both these builds. By the way, they're not 23 cards, but you'll just be able to see what the good stuff was in the builds and put them up on the video. So if you go to youtube.com/MtACast, when this video is posted, you'll be able to see these builds as well.
And we can also set up a photo of each of the colors.
Yeah.
Just kind
so you can like be like, this is what I would have built with your colors. So you'll be able to kind of play along at home, as it were.
Yeah. Do you know what? Now that we added that Ravenous Daggertooth and that Deeproot Warrior, I'm feeling like I'm feeling this green.
You're
black
feeling this green
a lot
black
more than I was.
Yeah, I agree. I just think
like that just like filled in our curve so nicely. Look at that.
That looks a lot better. And the splash will be easy because of these contract killings and our seekers. Not Seeker Square, but our 2/1. That makes us a treasure. We've got a Tishana at the top. I don't know if we play this Verdant Sun's avatar.
I was about to say, like, I feel like we might chuck that 7-drop.
But
and play this Thundering Spineback and the Tishana are both, like, real nice.
I think this is a build that I can get behind right here.
I agree. There's some solid stuff at work here. And this looks, if I'm being honest, this looks definitely better than anything that I've built yet.
Yeah.
This is a solid pool, that's for sure.
I think it's pretty solid. And you know what? You said green-black is not a supported color pair, so what have we done? We've kind of... what's the word I'm looking for? We've augmented it with Shapers of Nature and Tishana, enabled from our splash from our contract killing and our 2-drop. So, and our Drover of the Mighty. I think that this is the best that you could hope for in a way.
In a way, this is sweet. We're playing 3 of our rares, and they're all great rares. Like we have Tishana, we have Waker of the Wilds, and we have Vraska's Contempt. Like those are all solid. And we have 2 contract killing, which is just like, it's so great.
Yeah.
You need that.
So the takeaways for me here is if you're going to be faced with some difficult decisions building your
really
sealed pool in this format, and I think what's going to end up happening is people are going to end up kind of having to stretch a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Because the synergy is not going to be there. As you can see, we're building an unsupported color pair, and we're kind of stretching outside our boundaries to play our Shapers of Nature and our Tishana, and that's going to be just fine. And what it means if people are stretching is it means that games are going to go a little longer.
Yep. And we can talk about, so we didn't really talk about that red much, but I think that's because as we were going through it, we just like didn't see, especially when it comes to creatures, like there just weren't the creatures there to make it happen.
No.
As much as we would love to play like that repeating barrage, because
that's
sick
card. And
Great.
sealed.
But just not doing enough here.
Do you have any other like lessons that you think that this and the other sealed pools that you've done have kind of taught you as to which way to lean?
Sometimes you're just going to be lost.
That's okay too, you know?
No, like I said, I really do feel like I've seen so many more wins or losses off the back of auras than I have before. And mostly it's wins.
If we had a dive down, would you put it in this deck?
Yes.
So would I.
And like that's why again I'm willing to play this duress, because I've seen multiple people succeed with that strategy of just like I am gonna freebooter you or I'm gonna duress you and hopefully pick off like the one good removal spell
that you had.
Yeah. And then you're gonna, or even if you have two and you drew one, it's like you're gonna be relying on drawing that second one, and something like a Mark of the Vampire or a One with the Wind isn't gonna give you a ton of time.
No.
It's
no, it
saying,
is not.
Like, you don't get to just draw that removal spell at some point during the game.
Do you have it now?
It's like...
Or next turn.
Cast it.
Yep.
Cast it or you die.
Yeah. So this is the kind of pool I would actually hope to open.
This is definitely very solid. And it's nice in that it has some more substantial creatures than a lot of the stuff that I've come across. I've played and seen played a lot of like Siren Storm Tamers and Kitesail Freebooters. And Freebooter isn't a great example because it does have a nice effect when it comes in.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, people are playing like these dinky flyers, which you wouldn't normally do. In a sealed format. And it's like, yeah, do you know what? They sometimes get the job done and you need them.
Yeah, so if you come across an interesting sealed pool that you think is cool and you want to share with us, please tweet it at us at MtACast and we'll take a look. And we might be hitting up a PPTQ this weekend, playing some sealed. Yeah. And we'll report back on how it went. Coming up on the next episode. But yeah, this has been really cool. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel for videos of this, and on magictheamateuring.com we'll post some photos of all of these colors separately as well. Well, everybody, that's our show for this week. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about Ixalan and Modern and Sealed, and just about Megan's dreams.
I hope you've enjoyed how decidedly on topic we were for most of this episode.
We really were. We didn't talk at all about Origins or Early edition, because truth be told, we lied to you. We said we would watch them.
To be fair, we tried to watch Early Edition, you guys.
Oh yeah, we did.
We did, and you cannot get it online as far as we can tell. Like it's not on Amazon, like it's not streaming on Amazon, or like even you can't even like rent it on Amazon. It's not on Hulu, it's not on Netflix.
We just have to straight up buy it.
We are buying the DVDs of the first season of Early Edition
just for you,
and when they have arrived we will watch them.
And I tried to get up the vigor to watch Origins, and I just couldn't.
And I never promised to watch that movie because I know what I'm capable of.
Oh, it just seems like a real train to depression town. But it still might happen. I'm not going to say it's never going to happen. I'm just going to tell you that I tried to get it up the will to live and watch Origins, and those two things were not happening at the same time.
Yeah.
We read the whole synopsis. We know that it's just a real bummer. So anyway, thanks for sticking with us, and stay tuned for an update for Early Edition, because it'll get here eventually.
Thank you again to everyone who supports the podcast through Patreon. It means so much to us. We can never tell you exactly how much it means, because it is so momentous to us.
Yeah.
So patreon.com/MtACast.
And thank you again to Card Kingdom, the sponsor of the show, cardkingdom.com/MtACast. Just the #1 place to go if you want to support good people who do good things in the Magic community. cardkingdom.com/MtACast. Your order will get to you before you're done typing that web address.